The number one way that you can guarantee that your entire reality changes is by controlling your environment and understanding how much of an influence your environment has on you. I say this because maybe you've been following my social media journey for a little while. Maybe this is your first time seeing me, but I am 21 years old and I was at a point in time where I just was generally lost. I didn't know what I was doing in my life. I felt completely directionless. I dropped out of college, didn't feel like it was for me, but I knew I wanted to do something with my life. I knew I wanted to build something that I could be proud of and live a day-to-day life that I could actually enjoy living. And over the course of the past year, I have completely been able to just change my entire reality because I understood this very thing. My environment means everything. So if I can control the little controllables that I do have control over, then I will see change on a long enough time frame. And that is exactly what I'm going to do for you in this video. I'm going to give you a sneak peek inside of my mentorship where I teach my students how to make an identity shift within themselves to be more structured, more disciplined, more consistent, and overall just improve within themselves. And I won't lie, this is not a short hit of motivation. This is not a quick video to give you quick results, but it's more about planting a seed that will give you a change on a long enough time frame. So please, if you are not already taking notes, pause the video, literally get a notepad, take notes in your own words and watch through the video. And watch through the end because I will have an offer for you.
All right, guys. So I decided to make a module on one of the core principles in this program, which is making it easy for you to win. So let's just go ahead and dive in. So I want you to understand that your environment is the strongest dictator of your identity. And you can kind of refer to this image right here as far as what I mean by that. But I mean, it's fairly clear, right? Like if you're around 5 degenerates, like you're likely going to be the 6th one. And if you want like the best possible way to get the outcome that you want is to be in a room with the people who already have the outcome, right? And unfortunately, environment is also the trickiest to control because we're very drawn to what's familiar towards us. We fear change, and we have FOMO of, maybe I'm missing out on this certain experience because the people around me, like, let me refer to like this one study, right? There's a study saying, like, there was an experiment done, and there were 9 people who understood that the test was happening. It was in a room, right? 9 people understood the test was actively happening. One person out of the 10 in the group thought that they were in the waiting room for the experiment to go down, but in reality, like, it was the test. So there were the 9 people that understood that it was happening. They were all shown this green triangle, right? And every single person, obviously they knew, like, they were saying the wrong thing, but every single person in that line, they understood it was an experiment. They said it was a green, it was obviously green. They said, no, I see a blue triangle. Every single person, the 9 people in front of that one person that didn't know it was experiment, said it was a, blue triangle, right? Opposite from the color that it actually was. And when it came to that 10th person that didn't know it was actually experiment, he agreed with the other 9 people because he was scared of these other 9 people, right? Because he's a product of his environment. So just to say how strong of a environment influence you have on yourself, and that's why I say it's like you're fighting uphill battles, because if you desire to make change, if you desire to be more productive, you desire to be less on your phone, yet the environment you surround yourself with is your phone is right next to you, very easy to access. Your friends are complete degenerates as far as like maybe drinking and smoking habits. They're not as productive. They don't have good work ethic, right? It's very, very hard to change. And this is something that I personally struggle with, especially early on in my journey, is, why I just chose self-isolation, honestly. Like I fought my own battles when I went through social and self-isolation. But like as far as me being in college, I was just around a lot of degeneracy. And I used maybe 5% of my brain. And I said, if I continue down this path and I continue being around these people, then I know what my future is going to look like. And I didn't want it to be that way. And I've definitely spoken to each and every one of you individually, as far as like, all my clients watching this. But, my influence is not to say like, okay, drop out of college. But if you do choose a environment of degenerates, then you're going to be also a degenerate as well. Like if you try to do the things that I tell you in this program and your one-on-one dashboard and your non-negotiables, and you're around people who don't even contain half of the non-negotiables, bro, it's just gonna be a fucking battle. And honestly, it's just a matter of time whether you just give into comfort again. So my best advice to you is to either, choose isolation a little bit more, or like, choose time to yourself, be a little bit more disciplined and have self-control within the time you have for yourself, or, have the hard conversation and choose a better friend group, or choose someone in that friend group that you have already and say that, this person has decent habits. Let me start building something with him. Let me start building a solid foundation with him. And again, like this, like you see through my action, bro. You see, because I'm not going to talk on anything I don't have personal experience with. I fucking moved 950 miles away from my hometown because I didn't align with any of the habits that people had here. Like, of course, like people went to the gym, but like, as far as what I wanted out of life, like I just did not see a future for me there. So I moved to an environment where that desired behavior that I wanted was a reality for 90% of people that I came across on a daily basis in Miami, Florida, right? Everyone's fucking shredded in Miami. It's just the standard, bro. So I don't think about, let me hit the gym today, but like everyone around me is hitting it. So it's just a standard, bro. I just comply to what my environment is. Um, so perform an evaluation of your environment, right? Think about your highest self. If there is something in your environment that he would see as a distraction, do not think twice about discarding it. There's periods where, I'll say this, like I think it was during the summer, but I just like fell off of my diet for like a couple weeks, and I just came to the realization, like, well, I was just self-sabotaging myself. I started seeing weight go up on the scale, less energy, less confidence. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I just like snap back that into it. But for me to snap back into it was to evaluate my environment and throw out all of the junk food in my my fridge, right? And this is when I was living with my parents, and it's difficult, right? Because if you are in like a forced environment, because again, this is the trickiest thing to you, because at times like it can be forced, especially at what stage you are at in your life, and like as far as like what responsibilities you have. Maybe you're at a point where you have kids, you have real things you have to worry about, where you literally cannot physically move yourself or physically put yourself in a new environment. But I had just to give you context, not just to make this analogy just towards food, but just so you can get an example of what my thinking is. But I had a separate area in our family fridge just so I knew that if I looked even anywhere, that wasn't my area of the fridge, then I would likely be giving into junk food. I had a separate pantry for myself as well. Like that was the measure that I had to go through, even when I wasn't in an environment that I can't control. Obviously, me being my own now, me having my own apartment in my city, like it's literally like I don't even think about junk food because it's not in my house at all. So yeah, like environment is the easiest thing you can control, and it's the number one way to really just transform your identity. So best advice is to really really understand what environment you're in, and throw out anything that is holding you back and is incongruent towards who you want to be. So become selfish when it comes to building a better version of you, and escape the victim mentality, bro. Like the cleanest shift you can have in your mind is that anything and everything is my fault. It doesn't matter if I was driving through an intersection, I had a green light, and I got T-boned by a car who ran a red. It was my fault. Like it makes no logical sense, but that's how you can operate. That's how I sleep at night, bro. Is that I can control the controllables, and just try not to think too much about the outcome. Because in reality, like I'm not gonna be, you know, hyperbolic when I say like it's difficult to try to avoid the outcome that you want, or try to think about the outcome that you want. So just try not to think about it as much, and just understand that you can control what you can control. And as soon as you can take complete accountability for everything, like that's when you really do feel like you have that control over your life, and you have control over your identity right here. And I'll break down real quick because I love this diagram right here, I guess you could say. But your ego self, right? Because everyone has a little bit of ego in them. You live in victim mentality, you have a scarcity mindset, you see mistakes, complain about everything. Your higher self, you take accountability to create a different reality. Again, you can control your reality. There is nothing saying that you cannot have what you truly want in this mind. You have an abundant mindset, right? Gotta get a fucking water. My cat's tweaking out. But you have an abundant mindset, right? One of my favorite quotes from a book I read, Transurfing in 78 Days by Adam Zeeland. Can't recall verbatim, but he said, if you believe that all of the best things in the world are already sold out, then your shelves will remain empty. Think about that. If you believe that all of the best things in the world are sold out, then your shelves will remain empty. It's meaning if you think that you can't have anything in this world, then you're not going to have anything. Like your belief, your mindset is the number one contributor towards your reality. So if you have an abundant mindset saying that I can get anything that I want, no matter what opportunity like presents itself, like I will get that. Like opportunities are endless and opportunities attract towards me, then you will become that higher self. You will see things attract towards your life. Is great. And just comparison, right? You see lessons instead of mistakes, right? That it's just the feedback loop, bro. That is how we progress as humans, is see feedback. And that is part of you investing into this mentorship. Is I'm showing you these lessons that I learned along the way right now, the things that I had to go through, my own battles, right? Each and every one of these modules, each and every one of these like little bits and pieces that I give you is own like my own personal struggles, personal battles that I had to overcome, but explain in a way that I see it on the other side. So I'm literally just expediting the time for you. And of course, you still have to apply this yourself. Like, this course, this mindset specifically, these habits, right? It serves as a form of awareness of what you can do to be on the right path. But ultimately, like, you will not know until you do it for your damn self. And last thing, grateful and find joy in the little moments. It's just a good thing because, last thing I'll leave on that point is that another like really cool quote is that the present is a gift for you. The past already happened. The future has not happened yet. Like the present is a gift right now. Going on though, so make this your new identity, right? Like this is a new you. Like you do not conform to the standards of your past self, of the more pussy version of yourself, because you are building a new version of you. And every single day you should live in congruency, complete and utter congruency with your higher self. It is such a surreal feeling to start seeing your reality just transform in front of you. And I've personally dealt with that, obviously, coming from like being a college dropout, degenerate, no structure in my life, to like where I'm at now, where I just like, my life is, not completely fucking thriving because everyone goes through their own shit. But, I definitely see the difference between a year ago and now. And that's all because I said that I'm just going to move 1% closer towards a better version of myself. Even when I didn't have the complete clarity of what my future looked like, I had the confidence that it would fucking work out. So yeah, just move in complete congruence with that person. If you see a blinking red light in front of your face, do not fucking choose to ignore it. Like you are procrastinating your potential. Every single vote that you take towards that blinking red light for that, meaning like, are you giving into previous vices as far as are you smoking? Are you hitting nicotine? Are you giving into fast food? Are you eating a little bit more than your macros? Are you not going to the gym? Are you choosing to sleep in a little bit later? Are you watching porn? Right? All these vices. Are you choosing to give into them even when you know this is bad for you? And not to sound counterintuitive towards this, but just to give you a idea on like the human mind perception, it's all how you perceive it, right? I know guys who are making like in my personal network, I know guys who are making seven-figure months and they smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, and that is their standard. That is how they just see it. Like there's nothing wrong with it. That's just how they act. In their mind, it's not a bad thing. It's just part of their daily life. For me, bro, smoking a pack of cigarettes is just foreign to me. Like it's just like a unspoken rule in my head. That's how I think about it. So if these are unspoken rules in your head, and while you're forming this new identity, you establish like these unspoken rules, you would say, and it's just blinking in front of you, do not fucking ignore that. And if you choose to give into it, like that tells me who you want to be in the future. And I can, clearly tell who you want to be. And just to reiterate, I said this earlier, but control the controllables, but not let the outcome affect you, or try not to let the outcome affect you. Last thing that I'll finish up on this module is the time versus money and energy conundrum is what it's called. So this is how I want you to think about it, right? It's either a time or money problem. It's always a time or money problem. It's either not enough time has passed for you to acquire the skill sets for you to get the money, or you haven't invested the money to put yourself in the position to devote the time towards the outcome. Think about that, right? Being you've invested into this mentorship, right? It's because you're trying to get the skill sets to build a person who can, build a marketable skill, right? And like just for specifics within this program, like to build a marketable skill means to build yourself up. Like you are the marketable skill. You are the person who's going to make the money, right? Every one of us in this program are men. Like we are the providers. That is what we're born on this earth to do. And just like for example, right? Just so you can like have this to chew on in your mind. But if you have too much time on your hands, this is how you think about it. And like this is like a little bit of business right here, but I'll give you the sauce. Um, if you have too much time in your hands, then obviously like you need to make more money. So you pick up more shifts, you devote empty time blocks towards building a more high income skill, like self improvement, for example. And I'll give this a antidote. When I dropped out of college, didn't know what I was doing, had my business, which wasn't really giving me that much money. Like best month I had with that was like a 5K a month for my initial business I had, which was a social media marketing agency. um, I just had too much time in my hands. Like I had hours and hours of the day, especially because I was locked the fuck in, waking up at 4 a.m. every single day. I was just like so much time on my hands. And I used that time blindly to build high income skills. I learned sales. Dude, I have a fucking library of books back here. I don't even live in Virginia. Like I have all my stuff back in Miami. But like just I watch a lot of not bullshit YouTube videos, but like educational videos, deep psychology, like some sales calls I take with this program, like people are asking me like, are you a psych major? No, bro. Like I just understand human psychology well because I put myself in real world experiences. I talk to people, right? Like not just learning, but also applying that knowledge as well. Like go out and have actual conversations, like go out and talk to people, right? Join other communities. Like I would be hypocritical if I told you to like just, look at my community only. I say this is a great foundation for you as far as self improvement, as far as like my mentorship. But of course, like if you want to learn a marketable skill, like just peek into other communities, right? So devote that time towards building yourself up even more. Meditation, reading a book, watching YouTube videos, and taking notes on what resonates with you. And then if you have too much money on your hands, and right, like this is a little bit tricky because it seems that anytime, at least like I was at a period where anytime like I just got more money in, like I just find ways to spend it. And I never had like, just I guess a little bit different now. Like back then, I never had like a fuck ton of money just sit in my account. But like before then, I would just invest that money, or I guess now like invest that money towards buying my time back. What does that look like? What do I do on a daily basis? Okay. Sleeping obviously, but like how can I optimize my sleep better? Get chamomile tea, which helps you wind down a little bit easier. Get supplements, right? I have a whole supplement list in this program. Um, Buying a meal prepping service, which is what I did in Miami for a little while. Like $600 a month. It was just 4 meals a day delivered to my door. Didn't have to worry about cooking. Didn't have to worry about cleaning. Didn't have to worry about meal prep. Buying my time back with the money that I had, especially again like this mentorship, for example, just so you can get a example in your personal life as well. But like you're buying back your time right now because you didn't have a skill set, or you didn't have the mindset shift, you didn't have the structure, discipline, consistency, whatever it is for you. So you look for someone who did have the thing that you want, and you bought back your time because it might have been 5, 10, 15 years of you have to go into your own shit to learn the things that I'm teaching you right now. But even if this doesn't, materialize into your reality right now, as far as what I talk about in this program, you at least have this seed planted. So you can go throughout your life and, experience some things and say, and like deep in your subconscious, you can reference this, fucking module and say that, okay, if I have excess money, I probably shouldn't spend it on more weed. Maybe I can invest back into myself to make me more money. Right. And just think about it like this: you're young, you have more time, you have no money, you have a lot more energy, you build yourself up to a person who has more money with a job, right? You have less time because you're working so much, you have less energy, and you're older, right? You have no energy, but you have more time because you're not really doing anything, and you have more money. I hope this presentation helped with that. Is it?
Okay, that's the end of the video, and I appreciate y'all watching. If you took some value from this, I do want to extend some more help out to you. So again, I have a one-on-one mentorship program where I make personalized solutions, personalized dashboards, personalized help towards your exact needs for whatever you're going through. If any of the stuff that I said in this video might have resonated with you, then I would love to get on a call and talk further about where you're at right now, what goals you have, and I can walk you through step by step what I can do to help you out. So there's gonna be a book a call link in the description of this video where you can get on a call one-on-one with me and we can talk further about this. If you have any questions as well, I will have my IG in the description of this video. But other than that, thank you for watching.